All right, Coach. 2016 portion of the calendar getting close to wrapping up. You host Colorado College getting back into NCHC play. As first, looking back on last week, a couple of pretty tight one-goal contests that you were into to the end. I guess take us through Cornell last weekend.
I thought, Friday we were up 2-0. Doing a pretty good job. We had a couple of good scoring opportunities, a breakaway to make it 3-0, and weren't able to do that. I thought we played hard. Probably a span of about 5 minutes in the third period where we made a few mistakes and they capitalized, and that was that game. And thought we fought back hard, but again, we just didn't execute when we needed to in the third period to try to tie the game. But Saturday night, I thought we started off slow, didn't play real well in the latter half of the first period. Had some chances, but nothing really sustained in terms of pressure. They scored a goal in the first period. They scored kind of a freaky goal in the second period, go up 2-0. And then I thought our third period was probably our best period of the weekend, where we generated some opportunities, sustained some pressure, were able to score a goal off face-off, and just weren't able to, again, get the equalizer. But process continues. I think the guys are trying to do the things that we're asking them to do. We just got to continue to work hard and get comfortable in those situations and make sure that we're staying focused.
In over this stretch, you've played a lot of tight games. I guess can you speak as far as just the confidence the team's been showing, as far as put together a pretty good rally and nearly were able to tie things up on Saturday, and even on Friday when you fell behind by 2, you get one back and put on a little bit of push at the end. As far as just kind of sticking with it and knowing that, and sticking with the process and knowing that the results will eventually be there.
Well, I think we've when you talk about those things, yeah, we're staying in games and we're fighting back, but we've got to we have opportunities in some of these games to understand the situation and play with a little bit more understanding, manage the puck a little bit. When we're leading by 2 goals, we got to understand that. When we're up by 1 goal, we have to understand the situation. So those are things that we have to grow and continue to get better at and gain confidence through. But there is an understand, you have to understand the situation, and we've got to make sure that we're reminding the guys in practice and putting the guys in situations where we're, trying to work on those things. Those are. It's not like we're down every night. We have to learn to play with the lead, and then you have to learn to play without the lead, and how to fight back and how to keep your chances against to a minimum, and how to push a little bit. So still learning process for all our guys and our team, and trying to get everybody back in game shape that's been out. That's another area that we have to continue to work on, and we'll get to work this week.
Every hockey game tends to be kind of ebb and flow as far as one team getting their game going, the other team kind of countering that. As looking at how some of those ebbs and flows have gone when it's been the other team kind of getting going, is there anything you can point to as far as just kind of weathering those storms to kind of come out with it, maybe not necessarily unscathed, but in a better position?
Well, I think it's a good question. We seem to be in situations where we give teams very good looks, and we're not able to either get a block shot or get a stick on it or make a save or anything like that. And I think it all starts with just our puck management and making sure that we're aware of our surroundings, and when we don't have the puck, understanding where to put our stick and how tight we have to be at defensively. And those are all things that I think ultimately could eliminate some of those great opportunities. I'm sure everybody's thinking every time that we make a mistake, they score. And it certainly feels that way. But, the game itself is full of mistakes. Everybody makes them, and the teams that can eliminate some of those mistakes and just bail themselves out a little bit is what you're talking about, are the teams that usually are successful, and those are things that we have to get better at.
Flipping ahead to this weekend, you got a Colorado College team that you're very familiar with in league play over the last few years. Have played some pretty competitive games, both here and there. Has anything jump out at you about this year's version of that team?
Yeah, I think their speed has always been really good, and I think you're going to see a good team that comes in and skates hard and plays hard. I think offensively they're really, really good. Their rush tactics and the way they create in transition and in their zone, in the offensive zone, is really something that we have to be aware of and have to pay special attention to. And their decor, some of their guys that they have returning are pretty dynamic in terms of joining the rush. So, our league is our league. You got to be ready to go and play your best. That's what we're going to focus on.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.